You know what? I was kind of happy that you wrote this because I love you and you're my best friend since high school, and I know that this bothered you for quite some time, but you want to talk about it. Insecurities that, well, you're secure about now. If you've ever had anything, like what was that thing in your life that you necessarily, you didn't necessarily feel good about? For example, Jed, give your example.
So for the longest time, I was super insecure about my birthmark. I have it on the side of my neck, and then I have it on the right side of my face, to the point where I would purposely grow a beard longer so you wouldn't see it. I would use it almost as like makeup, because I used to get made fun of it all the time when I was in middle school and in elementary school, and it just bothered the living hell out of me. But the more and more I kind of just come along in life and even just look at myself in the mirror, because this is going to sound weird, but I like tell myself, like, you're a winner in the morning when I look in the mirror, like a motivational thing. And now I look at it and it means nothing to me anymore. Like the people who say all that garbage stuff, because if I don't love myself, then who else is going to love me?
That's right.
It's kind of the thought process that I have on it. But for the longest time, I was so insecure about it, and I hated when listeners asked questions about it. I hated when like coworkers would even ask questions about it. And it's been kind of an epiphany over the last 2, maybe 3 months, where I've kind of gained this confidence and kind of come out of nowhere with it.
It has nothing to do with your muscles?
I mean, part of it, yeah. I mean, you start looking better physically about yourself, and then you're like, okay, well, what can I do to improve myself more? And then you like look and you nitpick at yourself a little bit, like, okay, well, I still got this. And it's like, well, wait a minute. God blessed me with the way that I look. I should embrace
Can I ask
that.
why it bothered you?
I just hated always people saying, "Oh, it's always a hickey," or
okay,
like,
it was a hickey.
Yeah, it's a burn on your face. Like, and that I would get called jelly face when I was in middle school and elementary school. And while that might seem minuscule, when people always ask you about it and people always say something to you about it, it bothers you and it ruins your psyche. And also, I had a listener who messaged me the other day on Instagram, and she said, "Hey, like I had the same birthmark as you on my face." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, like that." And she's very confident about it too, so that gave me a little bit of confidence, and part of the reason why I wanted to talk about it.
Did you say thanks for the DM, jellyface?
That's not nice.
I haven't gotten over any insecurity. I haven't gotten over any insecurity, so I cannot partake. Have you?
I would have to say my hips. So growing up, I was like super just like slender. And then like obviously as a woman, you start growing into your woman body. And I just got these hips out of nowhere. And I would always wear like loose fitting clothes. It's like I don't want to draw attention to it. But as I got older, I want to say in the last like 3 years, I just started embracing them.
I like I like when you wear. I can say this because I've known Ashley since college. She's like a sister. I do like when you wear the tight clothes.
Yeah.
I think you look good.
Thank you.
I love it. Ashley's got a good body. See, people got to understand. Ashley doesn't only have a pretty face. She's got a good body, too.
Thank you.
I don't have a good body.
You
One
have a
day.
great body.
Tell me more. I'm just kidding.
Great hair.
Yeah, you have
Great
good
smile.
hair.
Love your dimples. Love your eyes.
Quan, you wanted to call Jed a jellyface. Go ahead.
Nah, man, Jed, man, you're handsome, bro. Don't let the haters get to you, man. They all peasants out here.
That's right.
Yeah, the thing was, I had a super insecurity as well that I'm just not really getting over with. I had like really long hair since I was 5 years old, and two years ago I went through chemo. So from having like the longest hair a lot of people knew of to like not having dreads at all, it really made me feel super ugly. But I got over it, later on. But it took a long time for me to really bounce back to who I was.
Quan, I wasn't even aware that you went through chemo.
Yeah.
Are you all good now? Are you still battling?
I'm 100% good. I'm 100% good. They found everything early. I had a cyst in my bladder that was cancerous. So they ran me through chemo treatments and stuff like that. So I'm 100% good now, and I went to a Rays baseball game with my girlfriend. This how I kind of got over it. But I went to a Rays baseball game with my girlfriend, and I went to go to the concession stand to get some snacks. But when I came back, my girlfriend, she looked at me like, man, who the F is this dude walking up on me like this? And then it instantly like, oh my gosh, babe, you're so handsome. I'm so sorry. I'm like, you didn't know who I was. I was like, well, was it risky for my relationship right then? Like, what was going on?
Yeah, no, she said, ooh, new hair. Who this? She liked that. That. Yeah. Quan, I'm so happy that everything is good in there. I just got so worried about you and then happy about you all in one. Quan is the greatest.
He a day one for sure.
Quan, you're the greatest of all time. Let's talk to now Nelson. Nelson, Insecurities.
Hi, how are you guys today?
Fantastic. Now that we get to talk to you, what's up?
Awesome. So I'm albino, and I have a lazy eye, which is a trait of albinoism. So growing up, now that I'm an adult, it doesn't bother me, but kids are jerks from elementary school all the way up into high school. Mm-hmm. So I heard all the jokes. Hey, look, it's powder, or look at me when you're talking to me, or you're the only guy I know that can see two women at one time.
You have blue eyes. One blue one way, one blue the other. I had a friend with a lazy eye. Still have a friend with a lazy eye, and people say that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not one I haven't heard. Some of them are actually pretty funny, but now that I'm older, just not because it bothers me, but just so. If I'm in Walmart, some little kid comes up, hey, man, what happened to your eye? So I either tell them, like, I was in Grenada when we invaded. I was a part of a 12-man invasion force, and I got hit with a grenade and it blew my eye. Or I always wear sunglasses anyways, which, albinos are kind of sensitive to the sun, so it works out.
Yeah. So tell me about being an albino. Is it like even tough to go to the beach then with the sun?
So I have albino traits, I guess. When it comes to albinos, if I'm with another group of albinos, which I've only seen like 3 or 4 in my life, I would be like the Denzel Washington in the group. I'm like the darkest. So, and I actually do HVAC. Commercial HVAC, so I'm always on the roof. So over time, my body has adapted. So I have a little bit more pigmentation than others, so I can tan. But it's really what gets me is the sun. So I always have to wear sunglasses, sometimes even inside. Mm-hmm. But the worst part was I'm originally from Ohio, Indiana. So when it snowed and it was white everywhere. Like, it was absolutely miserable. Like, it hit the face with a spotlight all the time.
Oh, yeah, because what you're talking, people, down here who have never witnessed snow or anything, the light will reflect right off of that snow, and it can be tough. Oh, yeah. Hey, Nelson, thank you so much. Here's the deal. We've got, I always say that we've got like 10 people listening, and I mean, look at our ratings. It looks like 2 people are listening. But we got over 1 million people through the iHeartRadio app and everything, and I can guarantee you that there are kids right now who are, have exactly what you have. They're albino, or they got a lazy eye, or whatever it is. They walk with a limp, or they got a birthmark like Jed, or they got thinning hair like me, or there's a ton of stuff going on. And if we can relate to those people and we can tell them like, hey, I'm cool with it, like everything's good.
You gotta form a thick skin, and you gotta have a sense of humor. So
that's right.
When people would throw something at me, I'd laugh about it and throw something back at them. And then most of the time, like my best friends, my very best friends, oh man, they're brutal. Like, we're brutal towards each other.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You should hear what Jed called me last night, because I said that my favorite college team, I said, I'm on the team. You should have heard what he called me.
That was nasty.
Nelson, last thing, let's get a group of albino guys, and we could just like go walk around. Like, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, well, good luck. If you can find a group of albinos, man, let me know. And
Albinos Unite.
Hey, Nelson, you're the king of the albinos. You are the official spokesperson. You call him whenever.
Yes.
Nelson, in all seriousness, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.